Welcome to StudyCare, easy way of learning. In today's lesson, we explore one of the most fascinating aspects of our country's geography, the physiography of India. India's landscape is incredibly diverse. From the snow-capped Himalayan mountains in the north to the sun-kissed beaches in the south, the country is home to every kind of landform you can imagine. In this lesson, we'll break down the major physical divisions of India, how they were formed, what features define them, and why they are important. Let's begin. Understanding physiography. Physiography means the study of physical features of the Earth's surface, such as mountains, valleys, plains, plateaus, deserts, coasts, and islands. India's physiography reflects a long geological history involving the movement of continents, collisions of land masses, and natural forces like erosion and deposition. Based on their geological structure and landform characteristics, India is divided into 6 major physiographic divisions. 1. The Northern and Northeastern Mountains. 2. The Northern Plains. 3. The Peninsular Plateau. 4. The Indian Desert. 5. The Coastal Plains. 6. The Islands. The Northern and Northeastern Mountains. The Himalayan mountains form a majestic arc across northern India, stretching from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. These mountains are young fold mountains formed due to the collision of the Indian plate with the Eurasian plate. The Himalayas are made up of 3 parallel ranges. Himadri or Greater Himalayas, these are the highest and most continuous ranges. This zone includes some of the world's tallest peaks such as Mount Everest, on the Nepal side, and Kanchenjunga, India's highest peak. It remains snow-covered throughout the year. Himachal or Lesser Himalayas, located to the south of Himadri, this range includes famous hill stations like Shimla, Mussoorie, and Darjeeling. The valleys here are deep and beautiful. Shivalik or Outer Himalayas, the southernmost and youngest range, composed mainly of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers. This region often faces landslides and flash floods. In the northeast, the mountain ranges bend sharply southward and extend as the Patkai, Naga, Mizo, Khasi, and Jaintia hills. These are heavily forested and rich in biodiversity. They also form India's natural boundary with countries like Myanmar. The Northern Plains. The Northern Plains lie to the south of the Himalayas and are formed by the depositional activity of the 3 major river systems, the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra. These rivers, carrying huge loads of alluvium, deposit it across vast stretches, forming one of the most fertile regions in the world. These plains are broad, flat, and suitable for agriculture, transportation, and dense human settlements. They are divided into 3 parts. Punjab Plains, formed by the Indus and its tributaries, located mostly in Punjab and Haryana. Ganga Plains, the largest section, extending from western Uttar Pradesh to West Bengal, nourished by the Ganga and its tributaries. Brahmaputra Valley, found in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh, formed by the Brahmaputra River and its branches. The Northern Plains support some of the most densely populated and agriculturally productive areas in India. The Peninsular Plateau. South of the Northern Plains lies the Peninsular Plateau, one of the oldest and most stable landmasses of India. It is largely made up of hard crystalline rocks and has seen very little tectonic activity in recent times. The plateau is mostly triangular and is bordered by mountain ranges and hill systems. It has 2 major divisions. The Central Highlands, this includes the Malwa Plateau and Bundelkhand region in the north and extends toward Chota Nagpur Plateau in the east. It is drained by rivers like the Chambal, Betwa, and Son. The Deccan Plateau, this is a vast stretch extending over Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. It is bordered by the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats on either side. Western Ghats are steep, continuous, and influence the monsoon. They cause orographic rainfall on the windward side. Eastern Ghats are lower, more eroded, and discontinuous. The plateau is rich in minerals like iron ore, coal, bauxite, and manganese. The Indian Desert. In the northwestern part of India lies the Thar Desert, also called the Great Indian Desert. It is characterized by extreme temperatures, very low rainfall, less than 150 mm annually, shifting sand dunes, and dry scrub vegetation. Located mostly in Rajasthan, it extends into parts of Gujarat and Haryana. There are very few rivers here. The Luni is the most prominent, but it's seasonal. Despite harsh conditions, the region supports cattle rearing, camel breeding, and tourism in places like Jaisalmer and Bikaner. The coastal plains. India's vast coastline stretches over 7,500 kilometers, divided into the western coastal plains, narrow and steep, extending from Gujarat to Kerala. This coast has estuaries and backwaters like those in Kerala. The eastern coastal plains, broader and more fertile, lying between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. This area has several major river deltas like the Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, and Kaveri. These plains are important for fishing, agriculture, tourism, and trade, with ports like Mumbai, Chennai, and Vishakhapatnam. The islands. India has two main island groups. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal. These are volcanic in origin and lie closer to Southeast Asia than to mainland India. Port Blair is the capital. These islands are rich in tropical rainforests and coral life. The Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. These are coral atolls and reefs, smaller and flat compared to the Andamans. Kavaratti is the administrative capital. These islands play a critical role in India's maritime presence and biodiversity conservation. Importance of physiography. India's physiographic divisions are not just geographical features, they influence everything from our climate, water resources, agriculture, economy, population distribution, and even culture. For example, mountains block cold winds and influence rainfall. Plains support food production. Plateaus provide minerals. Coastal regions help in international trade. Islands help in defense and maritime biodiversity. Thus, understanding India's physical geography helps us understand the lives of its people. Summary. Let's revise the 6 major physical divisions of India. 1. Himalayan mountains, young, tall, and snow-covered. 2. Northern plains, fertile, alluvial, and densely populated. 3. Peninsular plateau, ancient, rocky, and mineral-rich. 4. Indian desert, arid, sandy, and sparsely vegetated. 5. Coastal plains, flat, humid, and economically significant. 6. Islands, isolated, unique ecosystems with strategic importance. Each of these divisions plays a vital role in shaping India's physical identity and supports various economic activities. That brings us to the end of this in-depth lesson on physiography of India. I hope you now have a clear understanding of India's diverse landforms and their significance. In our next video, we will explore the drainage system of India, understanding how rivers shape land and support life across the country. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to StudyCare, easy way of learning for more helpful and clear video lessons. Thank you for watching.